want to kind of explain this cycle of temptation. It's explained more fully in The Cure in our chapter this week, but I want to give you just a really kind of silly example. Maybe it's not silly. Maybe I just want to tell you it's silly. I don't know. But I've told you on this platform before that I have a real thing, a hankering for wild cherry Pepsi. And for someone who sits behind a desk for like 40 hours a week, soda is the last thing that I need in my life. And for someone who hates exercise, soda is the last thing that I need in my life. And so, I have the soda, some time ago, and then I say, nope, that's going to be the last one. I'm done. Okay? So then I start building defenses. Like, oh, wow, I've gone a whole 12 hours without one. I'm doing really good. And, but of course, by the very thinking of that thought, wild cherry Pepsi is suddenly on the brain. So then I start these unhealthy self-thoughts. Why am I like this? Why am I always thinking about Pepsi? This is bizarre. Who am I? Why do I depend on this? So then I find myself at, Casey's with my Mazda, filling it up with gas, and there's that sign, 99 cents, 32 ounces of sugar. Could be yours. So the temptation strikes. But I resist. I can do this. I can drive away. And this is the part where we might find it strange or silly, but we hide it. And, the smaller the temptation is, so we think, the more easy it is to hide. Am I really going to, call up my accountability group and say, hey, guys, it's at Casey's, I thought about getting a Pepsi, but I didn't do it. No, of course I'm not going to do that because I didn't do it. I have nothing to tell them, right? What would I possibly tell my accountability group? I didn't mess up. I did the opposite of messing up. I resisted. And then, inevitably, hours, days, minutes later, I find myself with a wild cherry Pepsi in my hand. Because the resisting makes it seem more and more pleasurable until I can't resist any longer. And then I'm like, wow, how did that happen? And I'm on anthonyshaming.com with the sign on me. So what happens? Once I act out, the cycle continues by withdrawing. And this is true. This really happens. I'll go to Casey's. I'll get the 32, or if I'm particularly naughty, the 44-ounce container, and I drink it all down, and I go home, and then, oh, look, there's the Lake News shopper on the porch. Thanks. I never asked for one, but thanks for delivering it. Anyway, and, oh, okay, I'll just put the cup in the trash, and I'll put the paper on top of the cup, and Emily will never know. She'll never have to find out. This really happens. And then the justification starts. I worked out last month. I deserve this. And then the blaming of people and circumstances. It's been a stressful week. I work at a church. I deal with people all the time. I deserve this. How many times have you ever said that to yourself? I deserve this. Which inevitably turns into shame. I'm a big fat fatty. Always will be. And then I lose hope. I'll never change, so might as well go to Hy-Vee, buy the 24-pack, stick it in the fridge. At church, so Emily doesn't see it. And so the cycle starts again.